Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Bridget Rooks and I am recording live from the Cre8tive Studios. Guess what, guys? This is my introduction podcast. I want to be able to send you guys to this podcast as many times so that we can get to know each other. I'm just going to tell you a few things about myself and introduce Cre8tive Vibes, The Simple Life, and let you know who Bridget Rooks is. Won't you join me? Here we go. So guys, my name is Bridget Rooks. I am 44 years old, but guess what? My birthday is coming up, so I will soon be 45 years old, which is kind of crazy because, you know, I am one of those people that, you know, I've grown up, but then I've really never really grown up. Like, I'm not a big kid or anything, but it's like something just hit me when I turned 40 and I realized that, yo, life is going by and I got to change some of the things I've been doing. So you'll hear me talk about the changes that happened when I turned 40 and I had my 40th birthday, big party bash with friends and family. It was awesome. But the next day I was like in tears and running around like a crazy person because I felt like so much time had passed that I hadn't really made a dent in identifying who I am and finding my voice in this world. And that's one of the things I really want to talk to you guys about. That's why I started this podcast, because it coincides with my main mission, which is the simple life, and encouraging people that even though you are overwhelmed and you want more from life, it's normal. We all want that. And the simple life is 5 steps that help balance the day-to-day routine and encourage people like you and I to live a happy, stress-free life. And we can talk a little bit more about that shortly, but I really wanted to just introduce myself. I am from Huntsville, Alabama. Whoop, 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 for all the people that want to say roll tide and all that good stuff. I have traveled and moved over 15 to 20 times. Now don't get excited, because that does not mean that I have like this crazy history of moves. I have a lot of moves, but they've been either back and forth from neighboring cities or states, or back to the familiar state. But I say all that to say that change is good, and I think that a lot of that moving around and exposure to different cities, different surroundings, different types of people really have helped me grow as a person. And also, it's the same thing that still motivates me to continue to grow and learn and want to know more about people and see more of the world. So being born in Alabama, you know, in the 70s, you know, I was a child, so I can only relate to what I knew, because my parents and my family made it an extra special effort to make sure that we knew we were loved and happy. So I never really felt all of the, you know, things that were happening in Alabama at that time until I grew up and, you know, and was talked to about it, you know, from my grandparents or aunts and uncles that have stories to tell and how history affected them and our family. So after Alabama, we moved as a family, my sister, my brother, my parents, and I, from Texas to Oklahoma to Missouri to, you know, going to a different high school every year. You know, my brother, who's the baby brother, he was lucky to kind of only be absent from high school with his friends. I want to say it might have been one year. My sister got to go all 4 years with her buddies, so that she kind of, you know, I guess that's the luxury of the middle child. Even though she feels that the middle child is not such a great thing, I think it's pretty awesome, because she's just like amazing. But I am excited to share a little bit of insight of how moving around, seeing different types of people and interacting in neighborhoods that, you know, if you never move, you wouldn't have, you know, different neighbors next to you, and you wouldn't have the ability to go to different schools and experience different teaching techniques and grading systems and all these things that help us as children grow into the adults that we are. So being a child that has, you know, moved a lot and growing into an adult that has also still kept that tradition, because it's given me the ability to adjust to change fairly easily, and not be afraid of change, which is a big fear that a lot of people have, which really does relate to the simple life, and why I encourage people to step out on faith. And I encourage you to listen to your heart and understand what it is that you want from your life, and grow from that. And if that means, like we did as a family, we moved several times, then that means you move, and go see other places and experience new things. Cre8tive Vibes is my company. The Simple Life is a program that I've put together to kind of help, just like I said, inspire and encourage the world to just take things, just slow down and just take things day by day, because the main things that we can control, we have to control them. And the things that you can't control, you just need to stop trying to, because you can't. I mean, it's just that simple. And you'll hear me say that a lot too, because with the Simple Life, it's really, I'm breaking it down so that you understand that being fit and healthy is important. Understanding how to live a thrifty life and manage your money and save money and invest money is important at any age. I have a teenage daughter who's actually almost going to be 20, and she just started a new job, and I'm encouraging her to learn the value of saving and spending, and want the difference between wants and needs, as we do with all of our children. I'm sure that you guys have done that with your children, and your parents did that with you. But it's easy to say, and not so easy to do, because I remember being in her shoes, and my parents would say the same thing and encourage me, but I had to learn it the hard way. We all have to learn life's lessons the hard way sometimes, but I'm hoping that by sharing some of this information with you all, you will feel that you are in a position to excel and advance, and just have that in the back of your head that, hey, you know what, I did read that on the Simple Life blog, or I heard Bridget's podcast and she was encouraging me to stay motivated and to take care of myself and to spread love, because that's what it's all about. The Simple Life is very important to me, because being healthy is not easy. Life goes by really fast. Taking the time out of your day to exercise, or to not stop by that fast food restaurant and eat something that's not, so super great for you, is not easy. Learning to balance your budget and stick to it is not easy. So that's why it's called a Simple Life. Making time out of your day, not just on Sundays, to pray and be spiritually balanced is not easy, because things come at you daily that will encourage you to step outside of your spirituality and be angry and be mad and retaliate and be somebody that's not a happy person. So learning to be balanced in your spirituality, in your financial life, and being fit are very important things. But the most important thing from the Simple Life that I want to share with you is love. We have to learn how to love everyone. And that's just genuinely love. I'm not saying run around kissing and hugging and all this with everybody just because you love them. No, but understanding the differences in our points of view, and understanding the differences from where we've been raised, and how you understand and how you process things, because the way that we have faith is because we have the mentality to trust and believe in something that is not there. And in not knowing the next person background or their history or who they are, you can't just continue to judge people and say you don't like them when you don't know them and you don't know their struggles, just basing it off of the color of their skin, or the way that they speak, or the way that they dress. And it gets to be a little bit out of control when we've lost the ability to just love and lend a helping hand, and just unconditionally care about the next person. And that's what's important. That's why I've put together this podcast, because I want to encourage you to step out on faith and start your business if that's what you want to do. I want to encourage you to step out and get out of your comfort zone and lose a little weight and get healthy and change your eating habits, change your spending habits so that you can save for the future, so that you can be in a good place to start your business or to buy that car that you want to get, or to build for your grandkids so that they can have something, even if you don't even have a wife or husband just yet. But prepare for the future so that you will be in a good place. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that today you just work and you don't enjoy every single moment. Spend time with family, friends, make new friends, experience new experiences, get out there and see things. That's the love part. So like I said, I know I've kind of went on and on, but I'm so passionate about this, guys. I really hope that you will listen and tune into my podcast and subscribe to my website. I have the Simple Life website is www.ohsosimplelife.com. Please check it out, subscribe, leave me your email address so that you can make sure you won't miss out on a podcast, a blog post, or any great videos that I'd like to share. I hope that you will stay and continue on this journey with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. And go be great, guys. Go be great. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Before you go, please subscribe to this podcast. I'd love to share some great tips and tools with you along the way and help you through this journey. Visit my website. It's www.ohsosimplelife.com. Just making life simple, guys. That's all we can do. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.